What is up? What is up? Peace, love, and light. Just getting myself together. When you come in, just make sure to hit that like button. That keeps us in the algorithm. I'm gonna turn on the camera in just a second. Okay. So, excuse me. All right. What is up? What is up, soul peeps? So, grand rising, hood morning, and all that good stuff. Um, Today we are going to be doing the all signs for Virgo season. Leos, you might have felt a little slighted that I wasn't able to do the live like I'm doing right now, but understand that I was doing a live for you guys last month in regards to what was going on, and then I did little shorts. All right, so some glitching going on here. Quick introduction of what's to come for those that are new to the channel. Make sure to hit this like button, to share it if you would like, and hit the notification bell so that you are reminded of when I go live. I don't go live often, but nonetheless. Also, we are having a lunar eclipse, a partial lunar eclipse, happening at the end of the week, August 27th, going into the next day, August 20th. And it will be in the sign of Pisces. My favorite little sign, those little fish people, drive me absolutely bonkers, but I love them nonetheless. And so, during eclipse seasons, we just had one the middle of the month, and that was in the sign of, hold on a second, what was that in? That was in the sign of Leo. So Leo, someone had commented yesterday on the Virgo that I posted up, Virgo signs, and they had said that Leo was good for them. They had a good season, and for the most part, I would have to say Leo did some justice for me. Um, Leo was fiery for most of its part there, but there was moments where there's a little struggle or just troubling moments, I would say. But for the most part, Leo is the sun. It represents the sun, so it shines. It shines light to anything dark that's going on in your life, whether it be relationships, at home, friends, family, work, right, or even yourself. Having that light shown on what they call the dark night of the soul, going through these different soul revelations, right? So that eclipse was good for us. It shined light. Now we're we're going into the lunar eclipse, which has to do with the emotions. So that's the inner self, that's the private side, that's you know people don't get to see that, but there's also illumination there as well. So sun and moon illuminate light and dark, right? So this lunar eclipse is going to be highlighting our emotions. It's going to be highlighting our relationships. Um, we we still have the energy of the solar eclipse. And anytime, disclaimer, I'm not an astrologer. So the eclipses are when the sun, the earth, and the moon are in alignment, and one eclipses the other, right? The earth is in alignment with the sun, so there you have your solar eclipse, and vice versa with the moon, right? I don't do anything during these eclipse seasons. And it's suggested not to do any kind of like manifestation or trying to do something new. This is the energy where it's propelling you into something else, right? So embracing this energy, going with the flow, not trying to make any sudden moves, because this energy is, being that we have a solar and a lunar eclipse in the same month, is pretty intense, and you don't want to make rash decisions. Now, if things really need, if there's pertinent things that need to be taken care of, obviously we're going to do that, right? We're going to make sure that we're, dotting our I's, crossing our T's, rereading things, and getting to the nitty gritty of, right? We can't just hold off certain things that need to be done because we're in the thrust of, the eclipse season, right? We need to take care of certain things. We need to take care of ourselves, our body, our mind, right? So we can't hold off and like, you know what, during this season, then I'll start doing, my exercise, or I'll start doing this. I'll start, just embrace, go with your intuition, go with what you feel during this time. But I wouldn't necessarily try any manifestations. Wally's in the building. Salute, Wally. I wouldn't try to do any manifestations during this time. Okay? So that's that for the eclipses. There's still other things. There's still planets, a lot of planetary alignment that's happening. Pluto is still in Aquarius. We got Chiron that's in Leo. I'm not sure where. I think Mercury is going to be in Virgo, which is this natural sign. Virgo is its placement. Mercury has to do with communication. So being that it's going to be in its natural sign, Virgo, communication should be no problem. Letting people, letting people know things that needed to be known, or speaking up for yourself, really. All right. I'm not going to spend too much time on the planets right now, because I did that in the last live, so you guys can go back to see what's changing. The bigger planets that are sitting right now, like Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, those planets don't necessarily change so fast the way a Mercury and a Venus do, because those are the inner planets, as they call them. And so, that energy doesn't really, it moves a little faster than the outer planets, right? So Pluto's been sitting here. It's going to sit here for another half a year. I think we got another, I think it's a year and a half or almost 2 years, something like that. Don't quote me on those statistics. But yeah, so that energy doesn't really move too fast. Mercury does. Mercury moves like every 3 weeks or so. I'm not sure. I don't think Mercury is going to be in retrograde right now. I have to go back and see what planets are in retrograde. But again, I'm not going to be doing that today. I would just like to focus on the cards. So, how I do the readings, again, for those that are new, not familiar with the way that I, do the cards, interpretation, is I read for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. So, naturally, if you're a Virgo sign, that's your sun sign, right? If you're a Leo, that's your sun sign. You were born in August. Or you're a Sagittarius, you were born in November, December, right? Those are your sun signs. Your moon sign, though, is about your emotions. It's the hidden part, again. It's that private side that people don't usually see often. This is usually your close friends, your family members, maybe even some coworkers, and your significant other. And this is also about intuition. The moon is also about intuition and trusting your intuition. Your Venus has to do with the planet that was, in your chart regarding your love life, your love for self, your love for others, and also for money. Also, Venus has to deal with beauty, stability, liking the finer things in life. So fine dining, fine, wine, things of that nature, right? Beauty. And then your rising. Your rising is kind of like your sun in that regard. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Had to take the call from my babies, one of my children's, you know, because it happens that way. Every time I decide to do a live, somebody calls, somebody texts. Never fails. And it's not a Wednesday. All right, going back to the signs. So, rising. Your rising is if you're dealing with a reader who does the natal chart, they're going to really look at your rising, not so much your sun sign. Sun has to do with ego, it's your personality, it's you know what people see, but your rising also is what people see. It's the mask, if you will, that you put on um, while you're out and you're around people. Um, and it's not necessarily being phony. It's just this. It's like a protection, if you will. So if you're, the rising is the sign that was going over the horizon of the time you were born. Now, how do you find out what all this is? Your natal chart. Well, you can go to, there's free apps online. One that I used was astrologycafe.com. And so all you need to know, again, I have no affiliation with these people. So I'm throwing you guys to them. I'm not getting any kickback. I don't care. It's good to know this information because it helps you navigate things in your life. We've been taught, oh, you're a Sagittarius, oh, you're a Cancer, you're a Leo, you're a Virgo, right? And that's a generic view. That's your overall, but it makes sense. Like, how do you feel? Like, I'm a moon Taurus. So my moon Taurus is going to be a little more stubborn in regards to letting my emotions out, letting my feelings go. It's guarded, right? My Venus is in the sign of Leo. So how I love, it's also in the sign of Mercury. So how I love and how I communicate is very big and grand and gets to the point. It might hurt some people's feelings because it's the truth. It's the sun energy, right? So it shines. And my rising is Aquarius, and that is the sign of humanitarian. It's technology, it's esoteric, it's also, being behind the scenes and not really wanting to bother with everybody once you've been out there in the world. Like, you come back and want to decompress. So I break those readings down for you guys so that you feel a little more in tune with whichever message is for you. So if it's your moon sign that's resonating more so for you, then go for it. And remember, these are general readings, so it's not specific. It doesn't apply to you. That's why I break it for your sun, moon, rising. And then lastly, I break down each of the groups of signs by their elements. So we're starting off with Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign, and Virgo is a mutable sign. Mutable, cardinal, and fixed. Those are aspects or modalities in your chart that also have something to do with the way that you act, the way that you move. So being that Virgo is a mutable sign, mutables are flexible, for better lack of words. They do get things done, they get the job done, and they just pretty much go with the flow of things. Can they be stubborn? Sometimes, but they're not stubborn like the way a fixed sign would be, or even a cardinal sign. Cardinals are the leaders. They're the groundbreakers, if you will. They start things off. They don't necessarily finish. Doesn't mean that they can't circle back around and get the work done. But for the most part, they're spearheading a lot of things. So a cardinal sign, for example, would be a Cancer or a Libra. Fixed signs are pretty much stuck in nature, in that sense, where they have to feel things out before they really make a move. They're not going to necessarily, and not to say that they won't do or take on a leadership role, but they kind of like, sit back and just think about it first before they make their moves. They want to make sure that what they're getting themselves into is worthwhile. If that makes sense. That's my interpretation for fixed signs. Okay, so also I go by the calendar. So this is September is the end of August, rather, is Virgo season. Shout out to my master teacher, my mama. She is a Virgo. She's a September Virgo. And yes, I feel there's differences with certain signs that are either a August Virgo and a September Virgo, like a May Gemini and a June Gemini. I feel like the June Geminis are very spicy. Same thing with Pisces. Um, Almost, because February Pisces are a little more lovable. Not love. Yeah, they're lovable. They're cool. They can be little pains in the asses too. But the March Pisces, feisty, feisty, feisty. So yeah, June Cancers and July Cancers. I would say that the July Cancers can be a little more fiery, only because we're kind of stuck between the Cancer and then the Leo energy coming in. But for the most part, I would say they're pretty much similar. And then you got the man and woman Cancer, Pisces, things like that, right? So you can tell how it goes in that regard. All right, so let's go ahead and kick off with Virgo, your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. I think that I've cleared up what. Oh, okay, so the earth sign, so right, so we're doing earth first, so Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Next is going to be air. Libra is the next on the calendar. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Water will be third. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. And then last is fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. It's all according to whose birthday is next on the calendar. That's how I move it, but I put it in the categories of earth, air, water, and fire. Okay, so that's that. Let's go ahead and kick it with Virgo. Where is Virgo? Okay, there we go. Okay, Virgo. So sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Let's go ahead and do this like we knew this. Why it get dark all of a sudden? Okay, so I'm going to be using the this old school oracle deck. It's an angel oracle. Going to be doing that. We'll be clarifying with the witches deck, my old faithful witches deck. You've been here for a long time, you know about the witches deck. And then we'll be doing the romance. You'll be getting your romance in there, and you will be getting your wisdom oracle to close out the readings. Okay, that's the romance. All right, so let me shuffle really quickly because I didn't, and I should have been doing that while I was talking to you all. But you know. Okay. And also check, I did a short yesterday for the message for the week. So you guys can go back to that as well and see how that resonates with you. Yes, I am still doing personal private readings. So those days are Thursday and Fridays still for now. If you have Instagram, that's the only way to communicate with me. Unfortunately, I don't have any other, I'm not on Facebook, I don't do TikTok, and my website is null and void at this moment, so you can't book a reading that way. But if you're interested in booking a reading with me, you can go to Foxy Moon _ that's the little line, premieres at Instagram. And my hours are from 1:30 in the afternoon to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There is a fee. It's a reasonable fee. And that is it. Yes, I'm still taking personal readings. So if you want to book your appointment with me, allow 2 business days for me to get back to you, because I don't go on there often on that side. So that's that. All right. So Virgo, what do we have for you guys? What is the message that you need to know for your birthday season? Let's see. Okay. So what do we have here for Virgo? What does Virgo need to know? All right, you got the Chariot actions. Okay. Cancer energy here. Here's your card 17 breaking down to 8. So, there's something coming back. There's a cycle that's revisiting you. Middle of the deck is the community, or I call it the ancestors, your family. This could be physical community, your people around you, your friends, your family. And then bottom of the deck is door to personal healing and happiness. So, Virgos, you guys are moving forward in something, maybe getting together with family. It is your birthday season, so you guys might be planning to visit them or them visiting you. But you're in a space right now, Virgo, where it's happy. It's a good time. It's a good place for you. You might have been getting out of some karmic energy, which is absolutely great, fantastic, is what you need. um, and abundance. So you got healing and happiness. So there's this abundance of healing and happiness going on for you guys. Let's clarify, what is this Chariot or the action card, right? Taking action of your personal happiness and healing. So healing some family issues, right? We get together, this could be a good time to communicate and talk. Mercury is in your sign. That's your natural sign. So, okay, what else? What is this? So you have the High Priestess clarifying that. Okay, that's Pisces energy. So water energy. So definitely a lot of emotion going on here. Middle of the deck is the Tower card. So Scorpio energy, and then bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. So, I feel like maybe some of you Virgos might have been in a relationship that just wasn't working out. So you're moving on. You're moving. You trusted your intuition. You saw some things, or maybe you will see some things this eclipse season in Pisces that is going to show you, hey, my happiness is a part of my health. It's healing. It's moving on. It's moving forward, and it doesn't necessarily have to. I don't have to be happy with somebody. I can be happy within myself. It's the duality of yin and yang, knowing that you complete you at the end of the day. Yes, is it nice to have a relationship? Sure. But sometimes things just don't work out. They don't work out there the way we had planned it to, or the way we had wanted it to. And so, yeah. All right, let's check the romance. See what's cooking there. Let's clarify that, because this does have to do with romance in some shape or form, fashion. Okay. All right, so what does Virgo need to know in the romance department? So you guys have dreams come true. Have faith, your rainbow will come smiling through. Middle of the deck is reconciliation in reverse. So for some of you Virgos, if you're not in a relationship, something's coming through. Then we got lasting love here in reverse. And for others, this is just confirmation that, hey, things, they end. It's a season, right? Anytime we're dealing with that 8, that's that, cycle. So there's a rainbow here, and there was a rainbow with that healing. Okay, so this is double confirmation that you're on the right path, Virgo, and that, whenever we see a rainbow, that's a covenant to let you know. And also, there's a white horse here as well. Okay, so that's that light. You see, there's two white horses here. Okay, so that's light, and that's positive. So it's, and the High Priestess also has the duality there of the white and the black. So you're going with the light right now. You're dealing with what's making you happy, what feels good to you, and not letting anybody, burst your bubble or mess things up for you. Again, if you're not in a relationship, something will be coming through. We got healing hearts confirming this. Healing from a heartache. Freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. This is confirming your dreams come true. Okay, so some of you Virgos have been wishing upon a star. Well, there you go. It's happening. All right. You got kisses here in reverse, and bottom of the deck is the coffee cup. So meeting, savoring the moment, friendship. Some of you just have to do, Brother Smitty, salute, peace. Some of you guys just have to do the inner work, that shadow work, and see what it is that's making you happy, okay? Not relying on anyone to do that for you, because, let's be for real. Sometimes people let us down. We might let ourselves down, putting hope into something and someone that is just, that's that Pisces energy, that dream, right? So yeah, so some of you might be coming to realization come this Pisces eclipse that everything is not sunshine and rainbows. Everything isn't always what it seems to be. So being realistic about what you want in a relationship, and this is for the single Virgos, that what you want in a relationship, what you're putting out there. And for those that have are in a relationship that is just fizzling, sizzling out, you're breaking free, you're moving forward. Again, you're dealing with your happiness and healing from that, okay? Healing from the heartbreak. All right, Virgo, so that's your message. Let's move on to Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Capricorn. Capricorn is the cardinal of the earth signs, so they're the leaders of the pack. They're the goats. Money situation there, that's not a problem. They always know how to get money. Like a Taurus too, like a Taurus. They essentially just know how to get money. They pretty much will do that, and like almost, I won't say worship money, but it's like that's what makes them go. Tauruses are kind of like that too. They are content with money, and who isn't? But what I'm trying to say is, without sounding like these people are money hungry, is that they're good with or without anybody, as long as they have their security, their money. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's okay, hold on a second. Let me put up the Capricorn. All right, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Capricorn. What do they need to know? What do the goats need to know? And Cardinal, so they initiate, get things done, independent leaders. Like I said, it could be the boss. What does Capricorn need to know? Okay, too many signs here, but there's a relationship or somebody coming through with King of Cups energy. So you have rest and rejuvenation, Virgo energy. So Virgo is going to be being nice for you right now, as you got rest and rejuvenation, the Hermit card. Okay, that's your card there, Capricorn. Middle of the deck is the Thinking Man. And bottom of the deck, the overall energy is Yin and Yang. All right, so kind of like what's going on with Virgo. You want to take this time now to sit back, let things, flow. Number 19 breaks down to 10, breaks down to 1, so new beginning. And this is about you. This is just about you having the moment to sit back, reflect. Again, I don't do any of those rituals or manifestations during the eclipse season anymore. I just don't. But some may want to, but this is the time to just sit back and reflect and relax. The Hermit goes within. It's learning about, soul searching, learning about themselves. Okay. All right, so let's clarify, what is this rest and rejuvenation? And Capricorn, you'll be getting some downloads once you do that. Like I feel like you may be, like I expressed before, you might be all on the go and not having time to sit back and enjoy yourself, relax, right? And you're not listening to some things that need to be said to you, spiritually speaking. So this is the time where you need to just sit back and relax. Okay? Okay, so what is this rest and rejuvenation? Clarify this. So the Ace of Wands. Yeah, the Ace of Wands is action. So you gotta relax, Capricorn. You gotta relax. Don't start any new beginnings and things of that nature. Wanted to take off. You got the Knight of Wands here, middle of the deck, and bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands. So you want to make these moves, but you're being told, like, Spirit is basically telling you to sit back and relax. This isn't the time to make any moves. You really need to do some, like, maybe breath work, meditation, just tapping in with yourself, okay? Because you're really on the go. You really want to do things. You know, you're impervious, and just like, I gotta get this done, and rightfully so, we understand. But at the same time, you don't want to burn yourself out, okay? Wands are fire energy, so you really don't want to burn yourself out during this time. Just let this Virgo energy. I would really say this eclipse too, because it happens to fall into Pisces, into Virgo. Pisces is a sister sign to Virgo. So use this energy to your best, but definitely take some time for yourself. All right, let's see what's going on in the love department for Capricorn. Okay, what's going on in the love department for Capricorn? All right, so Capricorn, you got release your ex in reverse. Middle of the deck is love language, quality time. So maybe your relationship is kind of like burning you out. You got reconciliation here, overall energy, bottom of the deck. So you may be having some issues too, like how your friend Virgo is over here. Maybe you are dealing with a Virgo, or you could be dealing with a fire sign. But if this person is kind of like doing the burning you out, and you're always on the go for this person, or you're always like on go time with them, it's just time to just like sit back and relax. You may just need to tell them to just do that. Like, you gotta relax. Okay. Yeah, this eclipse season, lunar eclipse that's coming up, you'll see the light. You'll feel it. You'll see it. And trust in your intuition. What is this? Release your ex. You may not want to. You got soulmates. So yeah, you may not want. It's like you don't really want to like end things, Capricorn. But you got soulmates here clarifying this. Release your ex. It's like you don't want to end things at middle of the deck, the coffin here, and then healthy choices. But it's like you're doing more for them than you're doing for yourself, if that makes sense. Okay, so we got to pull it back a notch and think about us sometimes, not just, yes, we're in a relationship, and yes, it is, 50-50 there. It's equaled out, but you might be doing a little bit more. It should be equaled out. And so you might be doing just a little bit more, and that is causing you're doing it to yourself. No one's saying anything. No one's telling you. You're doing it to yourself, so you gotta relax, right? Soul connection, partnership, soul contract. So, before you are like, oh, I'm gonna cut up because it's too extra or too much. It's actually you, Capricorn. It's actually you. You're doing the most, and you're not realizing that you are. So this is why you have to sit back and just hear these thoughts, get your download, and, recalibrate yourself. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Capricorn. Just what I have for you. All right, next up is Taurus. One of my favorite signs. Taurus are lovable. They are dependable. Yeah, reliable. I could say that. Depends. Depends on. But I love Taurus energy. Um, they pretty much are like Cancer, that ride or die. They will, they're the muscles. They'll get things done, but don't piss a Taurus off, because these guys, you can see it in their face already. Like they what they call the resting bee face. Like Cancer, they have this face automatically, and they kind of like, ooh, don't mess with them. And they probably not even thinking of anything than maybe eating, or what they're gonna eat, or what they're gonna do, or what show they're gonna watch. Like their face tells you differently, and it's not. That's not the case. But nonetheless, the bulls got it. The bulls are fixed, so they're a little slow to budge with certain things. They can be a little stubborn, bullheaded, but they mean well. They're good with money, good with saving, or at least they try to. But they're good people overall, for the most part. All right, so Tauruses, you have Archangel Uriel, the seventh chakra. Okay, so that's your crown chakra here that we're working on. 41 breaking down to 5. Middle of the deck is the Magician, kind of giving hermit energy as well. And then a blossoming abundance, overall energy, blossoming abundance. So, I think Virgo season for all the earth signs is really going to be about listening to yourself, listening to your spirit team, your spirit guides, your angels, your archangels, if you subscribe to that. But really listening to your intuition. And how you do that is by sitting in prayer mode, in meditation mode, isolation, taking the time away from people, places, and things, so that you can really hear what messages need to be, instead of just going off on instinct, going off on what is like your mind, the physical. It's really going into the spiritual and listening to what messages need to be, because you have this blossoming abundance here. So yeah, you got spirit guides talking, and you just got to sit with yourself. Clarifying that is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So Five of Pentacles clarifying this chakra here. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles has to do with, yes, money. It is an earth sign. You're showing up there. Middle of the deck is the King of Swords in reverse. Bottom of the deck is the Hierophant, or the High Priest. Taurus energy. So Taurus, you really, really need to listen to yourself right now. And really listen to that inner self. Not the instant, okay, I got this, I understand this. No, why is this wet? You have to listen to your spirit team, okay? Because there's some downloads coming through. It might be in regards to money. Maybe you're I don't know why I got hemorrhaging, but hemorrhaging money, right? So there's maybe money missing or money leaving. But it's putting it where it needs to be, or putting your energy where it needs to be. The Five of Pentacles has this energy of not wanting to be isolated or feeling left out, maybe homelessness, right? But this energy this also could be about a relationship, because anytime the High Priest or the Hierophant shows up, that's about traditional relationships. But I'm getting, you have to learn something new, learn something different, or go about it in a different way. So if you're really not used to wanting to sit still and listen, now is the time that's going to happen for you. You're almost going to be like forced into this energy of sitting still and listening to your intuition, listening to your spirit team, listening to the guides, the angels, even your deceased loved ones, because this is a revelation for you guys. Okay, yeah, indecision, and then we got the Page of Cups right underneath that. So emotions as well, tapping in with your emotions. Okay, let's move on to the romance here for you guys. Let's see what's cooking for you guys in the romance department. And you know, the high priest or the hierophant is someone who's religious, spiritual. So, you know, again, doing that meditation and sitting with yourself and listening. What hertz have we got here today? I'm listening to 555, oh, 528 hertz, plus 555. So, you know, YouTube is great that has these frequencies, these hertz on their channel. So you could just punch in meditation music and listen to that. Maybe on your phone, you could download an app that has that. Just 5 minutes, really, that'll help center you. And then you can move it to minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and so forth and so on. Get your chakras balanced there. You need to get your crown chakra in alignment, balance. So listening to frequencies that have to do with the seventh chakra, okay? Or wearing purple, or getting a amethyst, okay? This is the amethyst here. Amethyst crystal, you wear that, or you can keep that on you. This is about intuition, love, healing, and your spirit team as well. So you got engagement here for your love message. So it says your love life is ascending to a higher commitment. So you could be getting engaged, or you're engaging in with your relationship. Then we got real feelings, middle of the deck. And then overall energy is love language, physical touch in reverse. So for some Tauruses, you might not be in a relationship right now, but you may be entertaining someone. So, you know, getting a little closer, getting to know them, being more engaging. You might be kind of like aloof with this person right now. But these are real feelings. These are things that are happening. This person has a liking for you, towards you, and vice versa. This could be another earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. But you have to sit with your intuition, because your feelings will tell you, oh, you know, maybe this person, like, your feelings is going to tell you something different as opposed to what your intuition is going to be telling you, right? So this is the time where you got to really, like, sit with that. The heart is going to be wanting something, and the mind is going to be saying something else, right? So let's clarify, what is this engagement here? And Taurus, knowing what they like also. Maybe you are intimidated of them, or there's something that's not, I don't know, maybe you're standoffish, and you're just kind of like testing the waters with this person. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like there's this block here, Taurus. I don't know. But when you get to know what they like, sitting down and getting to know them, yes, this is where that connection kicks in. And I feel like you may be questioning the connection. Okay? So what is this engagement? Or maybe you feel like you're not worthy enough of this relationship or this person. Okay, so yeah, we got here clarifying this engagement is heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. Middle of the deck is coffin in reverse. That's that ending, and then we got the runner here in reverse. So again, this is where you need to sit with yourself. Be for real. If you want to move forward with this person, then that's what you do. However, if you are still mourning or grieving or heartbroken of a love that's passed, physically or emotionally, or both, then yeah, maybe this isn't the right time. You may have real feelings for this person, but if you're not going, if you got a lot of stuff going on in your mind, body, and soul, it's going to be hard for you to move on. You know, you may be lost in your feelings, like, well, I like this person, I really feel like I do have real feelings for this person, but there's something else that's blocking you, and it could be because you are you know, there was a breakup, or there was an engagement that was broken. I don't know, Taurus, but all I do know is that this is the time where you just need to be for real with yourself to get that clarity. Sit to yourself, do some meditations, maybe journal, or go outside, get that air, fresh air while we're still having some good weather. Because yeah, there's some clarity there. There's some kind of blockage that only you can release. We can't rely on other people to do that for us, and that's where we get caught up in with the, oh, this person completes me. Well, yeah, sure, but you still got to complete yourself, right? You still got to take matters into your own hands, not rely on people, because that's when your expectations gets messed up. Okay. All right, so that's your message, Taurus. Let's move on to the wisdom oracle for the earth signs. Yeah. Where's the, okay, there we go. All right, so for the earth signs, what do they need to know? Yikes. What was that? Okay, so deep knowing. All right, so you guys have, loyal heart. So that is really you guys, Taurus especially. You got deep knowing, middle of the deck. And overall energy, bottom of the deck, is poised. Okay. So 35 breaks down to 8. There goes that cycle. So Capricorn, whoever was getting the 8 there. Loyal heart. And yes, there's soulmate energy here. There's, the king and the queen. There's this happy time, happy moments, but they're also owls. So that represents wisdom and knowing. So yes, you got to sit back and do some reflection. And this is the perfect opportunity during this eclipse, this lunar eclipse that's happening, and going into further into Virgo season. That's going to be helpful, because Virgos also are in tuned as well. They're sister signs of Pisces, so they are in tuned in that way. Gifted and crafty, etc. So, don't feel totally out of the loop of not having somebody, or your relationship is a total loss. But I feel like you guys have some work to do with the heart chakra, the crown chakra, right? We, because I'm a Taurus moon, have some work to do. And it's definitely sitting, not always the do, busy. It's the, let me sit back and have a moment. It's the smell the roses energy. Okay? All right, so that is your message. Air signs, you're up next. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Libra's up. Second of my favorite, not in any specific order, but Libras are one of my favorite signs too. So Libras are cardinals, and they are the scales. They are diplomats. They get things done as well. Now, you know this. You've heard me say this. The word on the street is that Libra and Aquarius, Scorpio specifically, is word on the street. They're very overt, especially the men folk. Very overt, flirtatious, and whatever. I'll give an honorable mention to Pisces, but they're a little less overt than the others that I just mentioned. All right, so Libra, what do you guys need to know for Virgo season? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, so you got Angel of Love. Interesting. This is giving me Knight of Cups energy. 13 breaks down to 4. All right, so you guys got Angel of Love. Middle of the deck is the sacral chakra or the second chakra. So spicy. Some all right, Virgo. I mean Libra. See, this is what I said about Libras. And then the overall energy here is you also got personal happiness and healing. Bottom of the deck. So Libra, you know, things are looking up for you, especially in the love department, but also with yourself. This is also giving me Venus energy. So, you know, love for self. The Knight of Cups is a particular card in the tarot that is a lovey-dovey type feeling energy. Pisces, so Libra, you could be dealing with a Pisces, or Pisces is on your radar. Pisces and a Libra. That's an interesting match. Might be a fun match. Like fun, like lovey-dovey type. But yeah, Libra, you got, there's someone on your radar, or someone's being brought to you for is that you know, building. It's the foundation. So somebody could be coming in for you if you don't have anybody, Libra. If this is just a Libra that has somebody, then your love is with you. It's within you. Having that heart, maybe working with your heart chakra. Okay, wearing green or pink, if you will, if you like that. But the heart chakra is green. Okay. All right. What do we have here? Clarifying this angel of love. So you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. So water. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. You got the Wheel of Fortune middle of the deck. So it's your time. And then you got the World card. Yeah. So things are moving up for you. Moving. You know, if so for the Virgos, why I keep saying Virgo. So Libra, there could be a Virgo, but in Virgo season, this is about family. This is about relationship. This is about love, pouring into them. But this could also be about a new relationship that could bring family and love and all the things that you've been wanting in a relationship, or everything that's going to be bringing you the door of happiness. And look, we got this rainbow again. So you got 2 rainbows. Okay, that's confirmation that things are on the up and up for you guys, and there is going to be good. Virgo season is going to be good for you. Mercury is in Virgo as well, so that's that love and communication, expressing how you feel to somebody. Let me just turn on this really quick, guys. Hold on, because I don't know why it got dark all of a sudden. It didn't say it was gonna rain today. I don't know what that's all about. Okie dokie, smoky. Let's move on to the love department. See what's cooking there. Because obviously Libra's got something going on. We got a thing going on. Me and Mrs. Jones. So what do you have? Ooh, express your love. Did I not say that Mercury is in Virgo right now? So there is it. There it is. Express yourself. So go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Middle of the deck. Let go of the past. Clear energy to allow more love in your life. So that's what it is, working on that heart chakra. And then bottom of the deck, overall energy is quality time. Be the witness to each other's lives. Be the witness. This could be marriage too coming through for you guys. So expressing how you feel. Libra, you may have to give up you know what you again, Libra, Virgo season is asking us to give up something that we usually do, because it's an earth energy that is more tapped in with our heart and our soul, the spirit. It's asking us to do things, shake it up a little bit, do things a little differently than what we're used to doing. Okay, clarify, what does this express your love? So, self-indulgence. We got engagement ring here, middle of the deck, and bottom of the deck is healthy choices in reverse. It's not the self-sabotaging, okay? Not the overindulgence, the self-work. It's time to heal. In order for you to move forward, it is time for you to heal. And maybe you have been doing that work. Maybe you have been, what is this? Maybe you've been doing the shadow work, okay? And so therefore, the relationship, the angel of love is bringing that through for you. All right, Libra, that sounds good. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so let's move forward to Aquarius. It's my other favorite sign. Aquarius is just, I like that energy. It's just cool. You know, it don't bother nobody. It's smart. It's futuristic. It's out of the box. It's just cool. It's innovative. Aquarius is a fixed sign. So yeah, they can be a little stubborn, set in their ways. But they do help and they do give. So, okie dokie. Let's see what's cooking for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, so what does Aquarius need to know? Okay. Ah, okay. Hold on. Too many cards at one time. Don't all shout at me at once. Or don't shout at me. You don't want to shout at me. You don't want to say nothing, then you want to say something. That's Aquarius. Because, you know, they'll say something and then that's it. And then they won't say anything for a while and then they want to say something. It's like, okay, Aquarius, what? What you doing? So we have here strategy. The Three of Pentacles energy. Okay, strategy. Middle of the deck is all tied up. The Eight of Swords energy, all tied up. And then bottom of the deck is storm warning. Okay, so there could be some things here that are affecting your life. There could be physical storm. So, you know, the strategy of what you have to do, making a move, is important and in play. But this also could do with, yeah, I feel like that could be internal as well. And how are you going to be working with this energy? You have this storm warning, you have this alert being put out to you. So what are you doing? How are you implementing this is going to be key, necessary. All right, let's clarify, what is this strategy? 21 breaking down to 3. So yeah, working together or working within. This could be having to do with work related. There may be some downsizing or some type of issue at work where you're going to have to make some decisions, some strategy moves. Okay, clarify this strategy. And keep a log or a journal log of the things that you are doing. Okay, make a mental note of stuff that's going on here. Okay, also a tower moment. So something's coming to an end. This could be an end of employment. Excuse me. ends of employment, or like either there's a downsize or you're wanting to leave. Okay, so clarifying this strategy card is the Knight of Swords. Very fast action. Very fast action. You have the Six of Wands in reverse, middle of the deck there, and then the overall energy is the Magician, Gemini energy. So yeah, definitely be strategic in what you're doing. All right, Aquarius. The Knight is also Knight of Swords is also in your sign, so that's you showing up there. Swords are signs. So yeah, making a move, being strategic, or if you have to like work together at the job, or whatever it is that's requiring for you to do some kind of work, be strategic in that. But definitely make a log or something. Write down everything that you do, because I feel like this is also going to be beneficial for you. And if you are looking to leave, then this is you with the resume being very strategic in what you write, what you did, things of that nature. Okay, makes sense, Aquarius? For some it will. All right, let's see what's going on in the love department. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You might be feeling impulsive, Aquarius, to like make some moves, but just the storm warning is just that. It's a warning. It doesn't necessarily mean that it'll happen. So you want to put all your ducks in a row, get everything that you need to, get. If this is a downsizing and they are sending a message or they're sending something, like, this is for you to know, be prepared. Take account of the things. Maybe there, I don't know what, like, I'm getting job descriptions, so writing down this maybe you need to revamp up your resume. Okay. All right. Let's move forward. Yeah. Like being proficient with what you say, what you do. All right. So you have here material attachment in reverse. Too much focus on visible trappings. Middle of the deck is twin flame recognition in reverse, and bottom of the deck overall energy is playfulness in reverse. So, honestly, if this has to do with the relationship where you're having to be strategic and, telling your partner, hey, we're going to have to pull back some things because financially we just can't swing it right now, then that's what you're going to have to do. Be very for real, because you are kind of like going through something right now that is requiring you to, that's that again. Okay, so, and if somebody is spending or you're spending, Aquarius, keep your receipts. Keep your receipts, because I feel like you're going to have to like write down where you're spending things at, where you're going to have to cut back on. Okay, so keeping receipts, telling your family or your spouse, your significant other, that they need to keep their receipts. We need to keep a lot. It's not because you want to spy and see how much the person is spending or whatever, but see, she's got a book too. She's got a book in her hand too. So yeah, you just want to keep track of things, because I feel like you might be like kind of like in a financial like crunch in a sense, or if there is a downsize with work, like you have to be for real. We can't like overindulge and spend like we used to, right? Okay, what does this clarify? This material attachment. So like a counting book or something like that as well. Or you could just get a regular notebook and just write down where everything is, what you spend, if it's for the bill, for utilities, right? Groceries, gas, insurance. Jot it all down so you can see where you have room to like play around with, not play around. Be strategic with the money, right? Okay. So we got talking here. Your card is talking in reverse. So we have to have these communications. We got ascending here in reverse, middle of the deck, bottom of the deck is clock. Overall energy, need time, takes time, cycles, progress. So again, there could be talk of a job loss, or you moving away from or leaving this job. And even still, even if you are leaving a job or a position, right, money is going to be, you got to wait till the next check comes in. And if you're in between jobs right now, then obviously you're going to have to cut back on the spending. So having this communication here is going to be key. Not like, oh, I'm not going to say anything. No, this is the time where you're going to have to open your mouth and let people know that they can't just be buying, just because, like, this isn't the time. We're not in that position right now. And let them know. All right. All right, Aquarius, that's the message I have for you guys. So Gemini is up next. The twins of the zodiac. Gemini is mutable, so they go with the flow of things. They really are out there, but they're analytical. All air signs are analytical. They're thinkers. But Geminis can be a little spicy, a little nutty, in that regard. All right, so let's see what's cooking for Gemini in Virgo season. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What does Gemini need to know? So you guys have the thinking woman, okay, lawyer, professor, 47, 11, okay, master number 11, the thinking woman. This could be man or female. We don't take account to the gender. Then you have door to value and the indecision card. Both came out simultaneously as the overall energy, middle of the deck there. So Gemini, there's that thinking, right? As I just said, analytical. So, for some, there could be this indecision of professions and what's bringing money in. Okay, where do we go next? It's kind of the same thing like what's going on there with Aquarius. But, you also maybe in the middle of a road, a fork in the road, if you will, a fork in the road of what you should do professionally, what you should be doing, career-wise, and where you should be. So going back to school may be an option for some, and for others, it's, you're just changing your career, funds, finances, where there's better opportunity financially. Okay, let's clarify this. Let's clarify. So you have the 9 of Swords there in reverse, clarifying that. The thinking woman, air energy. So there's Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. There you go, showing up. Middle of the deck is the Judgment card in reverse, and bottom of the deck is the 2 of Cups. So relationship could be on the line here. Maybe someone's thinking of leaving, divorce, because we got lawyer here. 9 of Swords is that energy of sleepless nights, anxiety, nightmares, restlessness, depression. And this could be about some, a significant other that, are you still, are you dealing with an Aquarius? Because somebody's draining listen, something's going on here because there's that air, there's the air. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, with this Two of Cups here, bottom of the deck in reverse. And just an indecision, where or maybe you filed for a separation or a divorce, and there's a decision that is needing to be made, but only you can know what you got to do in this situation. But if you feel like this person, I'm also getting that this is a temporary thing. So I feel like, Gemini, you might be jumping the gun quickly because the anxiety of not having the money. I don't know. There's something there it's almost like wait it out. Like, don't just go ahead and, oh, I'm filing for a divorce or I'm filing for a separation because of some indecisions that's going on with you. Like, talk this out. The Swords is about communication. So talk these things out with your partner. And if you are also wanting to go back to school, like, your partner needs to know that, because if you're going to be going full time, that's money that's not there anymore, relying and taking care of the household. So that means it's a one income household. Yes, it will bring the door to value coming in. It will be bringing more money once you change your profession or your degree or whatever. But it will cause a strain because it is one person that's taking care of the household. These discussions that, yes, I'm thinking about leaving the job to move into this other position, or yes, I'm thinking about going back to school so that I can be the lawyer that I wanted to be, or a professor, being a teacher. But having that conversation with your partner, not just being rash about it because you're all wound up in your emotions. Okay. So, all right then, what is the information, romance information for Gemini? Now the sun's coming out. Playing peekaboo. Peekaboo. All right. So we got rendezvous and flirt popped out. Middle of the deck is reaching out. Yeah, so having that communication with your partner. And then bottom of the deck is deception. Oh, okay. I can see why somebody will be going to court, because there could be some type of infidelity going on here. All right, a private getaway for the two of you are calling. That's a reason, because we got deception here with this physical contact right underneath it. Or you, Gemini, need to have this. That's what I'm getting to. Is like, it's like impulsiveness. I feel like, you're quick to like jump and make this move of like, we're ending this, but maybe you just need to have that physical time together. Maybe you need to be reconnected and talk. I know, money can stress us out, and it does a number on us, but talk with your partner, your person, and you'll see where that can go. All right, what is this rendezvous? Clarify this rendezvous. For others, there was infidelity, and you got to do what you got to do. Get it? Okay. Mask. Okay, so somebody was hiding that. Not showing true feelings, hide personality. Okay, so definitely there could have been some type of infidelity. We got camera here, so there's this evidence, and then we got this here reverse. Yeah. So, all right, Gemini. I mean, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. I understand that. This could be coming to light during this time, but I'm getting strategic. So you could be, Aquarius might be the one to take you there. As I just said, Aquarius be out there. So, um, you gotta do what you gotta do. But for others, it's having this communication, talking with your person, um, you not showing your true feelings, not being honest, just being rash and like, oh, I'm doing this by myself. I'm going to change the job, or I'm going to go to school, and not communicating this with your person. That's going to mess things up. Okay, especially financially, you guys have to work together as a team. All right. So that is your message that I have for you, Geminis, mutables. Okay, let's get you your wisdom oracle. For the air signs. What is their message? All right, you guys have peace. Middle of the deck is flexible. Bottom of the deck is chaos and conflict. Specifically, Aquarius and Gemini. So peace. 23 breaking down to 5. This is what we're trying to achieve during this time. However that looks for you. There is a new beginning. So after all this conflict and chaos, there is a new beginning here for you guys. Door to happiness for you air signs. But yeah, we got to go through some things and some hardships, the storm, before we can get to this level. But just know that this is attainable, this is achievable for you air signs, okay? All right, that's what I have for you guys. Let's move on to water. Water, oops, I'm still in Cancer season. I'm still gloating in my solar return. All right, Scorpio is up next. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Scorpio's a fixed sign. Like I said, word on the street is Scorpio, you be getting busy. You be getting busy. Especially the men. Okay, they can't even deny it. Like, don't even try to deny it. Okay, don't deny it. Stand on it. Stand on it, damn it. So, Scorpio has to deal with, that esoteric world, the underworld, this transformation, new beginnings, dealing with death. They're intuitive, and yeah, they're fixed. So sometimes they're just, you have to kind of go into Scorpio's world, because they're that little, going under the ground. Excuse me. You got to go into their world to reach them. They don't necessarily like to come to your world. So that they're a little selfish that way. But anyway, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for Scorpio in Virgo season? Okay, what do we got here? What do we got? What do we get? So we have here, broken heart, 3 of Swords energy. Middle of the deck is a woman holding a coin. Bottom of the deck is a man holding a heart. Ooh. So, off the bat, like, we're dealing with the woman holding the coin, and then we got the man. So, earth energy and water energy with this broken heart here. 3 of Swords. A relationship. Virgo, jeez, Virgo. Like, I thought she was going to be cool. But Virgo is giving us this endings of whatever, relationship, job, careers, right? But also bringing us a new beginning. And having to sit with this energy of healing, of reflection, resting, taking time for ourselves. I didn't see this coming in Virgo. We got an ending here with this number 9. Okay, and that's going to be bringing us new beginnings as well. Let's clarify, what is this broken heart? Scorpio. It's like we got the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. We got the Lover's card here in reverse. It is over, Scorpio. Over. You could have been dealing with a Gemini. Or a water sign. Ew. Or a earth sign. Wow, look at this. 3 of Swords again. Middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy is the 8 of Pentacles. Working on yourself. Sheesh. So, yeah, this matrimony, this divine connection is over. Working on self, you know, healing. The 4 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles there, it's that healing. You know, and what else can I say? Like, for those that may not be in a relationship, this is the time to evaluate some things. Maybe you're seeing some breakups happening around you. So, learning from that, where you don't want to be at, okay? But on the flip side of it is that, you know, these things have to happen for a reason. It sucks for some, but for some it could be that it's just like, listen, I thought this was, but I'm focusing on myself. Maybe you also are like the money situation. Could be dealing with a Taurus, where one person kind of values money more than the person, than a person. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, you don't want to think that way, but sometimes Tauruses and Capricorns can be like that. Where they kind of value the money and they feel like as long as I have my security, I don't necessarily care if I'm in a relationship or not. And Virgos are kind of like that as well. They can be with or without. Like they can go, because they're mutable, they can go full throttle in this, you know, love and, you know, that angel of love type energy, right? Or they can just be like, listen, I'm good. Gucci slides by myself, working on me, working on the next endeavor, next project, taking care of myself. I have my money. I'm counting my pentacles up. So, okay. Dare we go into the love department? Scorpio. As they say, I didn't see this on my bingo list with Virgo energy. I sure didn't. All right, we got divine timing, serendipitous, and a serendipitous event. Divine timing. Okay, there's that clock in the back. So Big Ben. If you're not in a relationship, like I said, Scorpio, somebody could be from overseas. You could be talking to somebody out in England, or they'll be on your radar. And then we got here, let go of control issues, middle of the deck. And bottom of the deck, overall energy is twin flame recognition. So it won't necessarily be like this twin flame thing or what you're used to, or, you know, this soulmate connection. But just know that this is a good connection, and it's timing, and not, you know, jumping in from one relationship to the next, right? Let's clarify here. And for those that are going through this breakup or so, it's divine timing. Like I said, it just had to be. Could be a long distance relationship, and that's probably what, you know, it just isn't working. Okay, it happens. So clarifying that is the girl with the snake. We got empath and narcissistic paradigm, being charmed or used. enable and boundaries. All right, with this perfect timing, or divine timing rather. So middle of the deck is date, somebody new coming in. And bottom of the deck, overall energy, is the butterfly. Relationship evolving to the next phase, growth. But you got to do baby steps first, Scorpio, before you try to jump in and leap into the next thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, not rushing into this relationship. You know, if you're just coming out of one, honestly, when are you having time to heal? You know, if you're just trying to get somebody to keep the bed warm, and that is starting to get a little tepid or tepid, and you want somebody to come back, and you want somebody to come in and fill that spot, nice and warm, keep it nice and hot. That's not good. It's not. That's a very narcissistic, it's you type energy. Okay. So allow the timing, the divine timing happen. And for those that are going through this breakup and things like that, it could have been that someone was a narcissist, right? They use their charm to get what they want, and it's just like, no, this could be you, Scorpio. But you know, I'm not going to throw you under the bus. But anyway, allow divine timing and just go with the flow of things. Do what you need to do. Do what your heart tells you to do. Here's where you listen to your heart, okay? All right, Scorpio, that is your message. Pisces. Pisces. You are up next. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hold on really quickly. Let me check. I see messages here, and I wasn't looking at them. Dirty Kenzo's in the building. Salute, salute. Oh, my beauty queen. Raz Girl's in the building. Okay, I didn't see all this. I'm sorry. I was doing my thing. Prosperity. Booth Z. I know I'll be sounding it right. Z. Focus is in the building. Oh, my bad, y'all. Y'all was in here. Dang, my bad. I was just flowing. I'm trying to get through these cards. Get through these readings. In and out, but much love. Okay, Dirty Kenzo, I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead on to Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. These are the little fish folks. They're very intuitive. They, you know, love like Cancer. I always promote Cancer and Pisces. If you want to have that lovey-dovey, holding hands, going on the beach, walking hand in hand, and the picnic, you know, in the park or so, watching a nice movie together, enjoying a nice little cup of coffee together. Pisces. Get you a Pisces. They're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs once they're all in, because they love. But they're sweethearts. They're great, you know, with the family. You know, good providers, depending on if they don't have any addiction problems like drugs, alcohol, or sex and gambling, because that's also what they're known for, then they're all right. They're all kudos to kudos. And they're mutable, so they go with the flow of things and etc. And Cancers, when I get to Cancer though, I bake up Cancer too, because they are the ride or dies as well, like the Taurus. My beauty queen. Okay, beauty queen says, I'm still here. Oh, it's so good to see you. I love you. All right, Pisces, what do you guys need to know in Virgo season, which is your sister sign? Every time I put this together for my beauty queen, actually, because she says she loves the print with the red lips. I got some new red lips for my birthday. It's a little shade darker than my regular red. I put this on in hopes that my beauty queen will see. Okay, because Tauruses love beauty. Anything beautiful. Anyone beautiful. I love it. Okay. Pisces, what do we have here for you guys? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. All right, so we got walking away. Whoa, listen, Virgo is Virgo is unassuming. I didn't expect this type of heat to come with Virgo energy, but here it is. We got the Eight of Cups energy, the Seven of Wands, walking away, protecting your energy, Pisces. 9, that's an ending. You got middle of the deck, Archangel Michael, your root chakra or your first chakra, okay, middle of the deck there. And then bottom of the deck is clergy, or excuse me, magician. Magician and the mirror, clergyman is what I get. Number 8 here. So, tapping in again with self. Virgo is asking us to go within, rectify some stuff, do some healing, moving away from any person, place, or thing that's not serving you anymore, that's no longer working in your paradigm. And it's unfortunate because sometimes we don't want to let things go. I know Cancers and Tauruses are like that. We hold on to nostalgia. We hold on to, Cancers is guilty to hold on to the wheels fall off. Listen, my sun sign is Cancer and my moon sign is Taurus. You're talking about fixed, not trying to budge. My Venus is in Leo. My rising is Aquarius. That's all fixed. So trust me when I tell you, I know moving on is so hard sometimes, especially if you got years invested. You've got, if it's family, you've been with them, especially if it's blood family, you've been with them since birth, and it's hard sometimes to make those executive decisions and moves of, look, I gotta go. It's for my sake, my sanity. So, I get it, Pisces. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. But you know what? Like the Eight of Cups, that energy does not look back. Here you looking back, taunting, like, oh, is somebody really gonna miss me? Pisces, don't play those type of games. Cause you want that. Cause Pisces wants that love too. So it's like, are you really gonna miss me? Turn that head around and march. Get up out of here. Okay? Like you right at the door, like, but is somebody gonna miss me? Listen. Stop playing around, Pisces. Do what you gotta do. Alright, what else? Let's clarify. What is this walking away? The Magician. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Gemini. See, there's that walking away. Middle of the deck, the Eight of Cups in reverse. Now look at her and look at her. When we say you walking away, you walk away, no turning around, no looking back. But here it is in reverse. So it's like that. Are you gonna Two of Cups, bottom of the deck, overall energy, water sign here. So you could be dealing with a water sign as well. Cancer, because you always are. Y'all always are looking for, is Cancer going to miss me? I miss Cancer. Is Pisces missing me? I miss Pisces. Look. Do what you got to do, all right? Manifest this if you will, if you want to. But work on yourself as well. Virgo is asking all of us. I'm not even finished with the signs, but for the signs that I have been doing, Virgo's asking us to work on ourselves as well. Whatever, it's like as above, so below. Whatever you're seeking on the outside, it should be within. Know that you are complete, you are whole, and that no one else really should be doing that for you. It's great that you can be in partnership, but we have to come to this conclusion that we are whole. We are yin and yang energy combined. We were made that way. We are made in the divine image that we complete each other, ourselves. It's hard because some people can't be alone. They don't like to be alone. They feel like they have to have another person in their life, have a relationship, and it's like, listen, what are you doing? What are you doing, Pisces? Like, work on yourself. You worried about somebody gonna be missing you, but what are you working on then? Like, okay. So let's go ahead and move into the love departments for Pisces. So like I said, yeah, you could be dealing with a Gemini, or this is just you manifesting, uh, conquering these emotions. Maybe you need to walk away for your sake so that you can go on your soul's journey. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. And trust me, nobody's holding you back, Pisces. Nobody is going to be grabbing onto your little coat, your little dress. Stay. No, please, please. Because Pisces needs to clear their head sometimes, okay? I know. So, mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. This is giving me my dad and my mom. My dad was a Pisces, and he's married to my mom, who's a Virgo. And 3 weeks before he passed away, it's weird because people say that they'll say things and they'll do things, and it's almost like divine timing and God's timing. But he passed away unexpectedly back in 2023, and he got to speak to my mom 3 weeks before he passed. And I had did a three-way because I think my mom called and me and my dad were talking, and then my mom had called, and my dad is on his woe is me and all this Pisces woeing, the little tears, the little crocodile tears, right? And so me and my dad are besties, and me and my mom are besties, but me and my dad, that's the ride or die. So I patched them through. We're all on three-way now, and my dad's like, telling my mom, and I love you still, and I still love you, and you're my love. And they had been divorced for like 30 some odd years, but that was the love of his life. And yes, my mother loves him, but Pisces, when they get that love, and he had moved on and had relationships and was in a 25-year marriage, and his wife had passed away, but um, like before that and after that, like he still like loved my mom always and forever. So Pisces has that, you know I'll still love you. So okay, we got physical touch here, Pisces. The sacred union of bodies, two becoming one. So yes, there's nothing wrong with the two becoming one, right? But also realize that you make you complete you. We got the deck here, deception. Don't be deceived by, you gaslight yourself. And then we have healing, family issues, bottom of the deck, overall energy. So yeah, that you may need to be doing that. We have to look at our relationships with our parents and the relationship our parents had as a blueprint of what we may want in our relationship or may not want in our relationship. They're the blueprint. Okay, so what is this physical connection? Definitely divine timing. There's this aura around you and this person. Okay. Ooh, engagement. There's a union going on here. So Pisces, if you're with your person, there's this commitment. Okay, we got engagement, partnership, eternity, completion, and union. So yes, again, I'm not saying that they don't complete you, but they shouldn't be your everything. You shouldn't be putting them on a pedestal and you giving them no. You have to also be up on that pedestal with them. Okay, you got photograph here, bottom of the deck, middle of the deck in reverse, and then bottom of the deck is healthy choices. See, and it's in reverse. I'm going to put it upright because this is a couple of times for a couple of other signs, and it's saying making healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. I'm going to repeat it again. Making healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. Pisces. Yes, this is a divine union, divine partnership, soulmate, if you will. But also know that this person doesn't always, it's not completing you. They're your counterpart, but you are always whole. You need to have that reassurance. You need to hear that. But this could bring on you moving away from whatever is going on here with the person, and you having the foresight of realizing, hey, it is about me, but also I love this person, and how can I make things work and incorporate, what I'm learning with myself, what I've learned with my family, and how I incorporate and learn with my relationship. And this could bring that union back. But you have to do your hero's journey by yourself. And it's a lonely road. Nobody wants to be alone. But when we're having to do certain things to heal ourselves, yeah. All right, Pisces. So that's what I have for you. I love you. Okay. Last is Cancer's Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cancer is the ruled by the moon, as I had stated before. My earrings itching me. And like Leo, they're luminaries, the sun and the moon. So Cancer is the mother of the zodiac, and Capricorn is the father of the zodiac. Pisces is the old people. But with Cancer, they have to deal with so much emotions. They're empaths, they're psychics, they take on a lot, they give a lot. They're the cardinals of the water sign, so definitely, initiating things. They're the leaders, they get things done. Let me put that in the banner. And so sometimes Cancers get a bad rap of being moody and emotional and all this stuff. Well, yeah, because we got to deal with a lot. And we're the mother of the zodiac. So it's that nurturing, and it's, we having to heal everybody else. And no one really helps to heal a Cancer. No. So Cancers have to be selfish and preserve themselves. Cancer has no problem. Like, everybody deal with all this stuff about, you finding your way, and Cancers have no problems with the cutoff game, with the finding themselves, getting themselves healed, because they have to. They may seem like they're ghosting people, but it's all about preservation. Cancer knows that they got to preserve themselves, or they will fly off the handle, black out, and then we on the FBI's list, #1 as the emotional. Listen. All right. So anyway, let's move on. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yes, I love the print in red all the time. Oh, well, thank you. Because I didn't know what else to put on, and I was just like, with minimum work to do. All right, Cancer, what do we have for you guys? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're almost done. We got the fire signs up next. All right, Cancer, do you have the garden and the gate? Look, that's Pisces. You got the garden and the gate, the star card, the fool card here, 30, breaking down to 3. So, working together, but this is working with you. We got blossoming, abundance, middle of the deck here. And then overall energy is the thinking man, lawyer, professor, artist. The thinking man. Now, did that not look like, does this garden and this gate, does it not look the same with Pisces and Cancer? I'm not making this up. Look, y'all saw me shuffle. Listen, here's that thinking man. Somebody's thinking of a Cancer, wanting to, begin something with the Cancer. Okay. Abundance. A lot of garden stuff here. Cancer, you may be wanting to look into gardening. I feel like that's healing of the heart. Or you're thinking, listen, it always is the Cancer and the Pisces dynamics that goes on in here. Because seriously, like she's like, oh, behind the gate, like doo doo doo, looking, and Pisces is like, you still see me leaving, right? You do see me going ahead, yes. Ugh. And then we got the thinking man right here, all in the middle of this, like, which way do we go? Wait, hold on. There it goes. Which way do we go? Ugh. So we'll clarify what's going on here. Cancer. I also feel like you need to get out in the elements, or there's, you know, maybe, like I said, with the gardening, it's taking some classes or studying or going online, and, you know, if you're interested in growing some herbs or flowers, there may be particular things that are asking, you know, it's not like, let's say tomatoes, you know, you just put, it's like if you want to conserve them and grow them, it's like there's a certain way. So, you know, studying that and cultivating that is key. You got a butterfly there too. So transformation, again, new beginning, healing. All right, let's clarify this garden and the gate. I hear where one door closes, another one opens. Okay, so there's a new opportunity here for you. Could be with a profession or in a romance. All right, what is this? But definitely healing. So getting out in the elements, or maybe going to like a botanical gardens, or going to like nurseries, and just, even if you don't necessarily want to garden or don't have access to gardening, maybe buying just like some flowers you can have in your house, in your apartment. Keeping some flowers by you. Okay, what else? What is this garden here? Definitely transformation is what I'm getting. Cancer. And are those doves? There's two white doves in the picture as well. So, what is that? Oh my God, a covenant with, you know, God source. So yeah, being out in the elements, being out in the world. Okay, there's definitely, yeah, buying a plant. All right, Cancer, that's going to be helpful for you. Maybe you need some plants in your room, like purification, cleaning. Why is that not showing? And then middle of the deck is the Knight of Swords here in reverse. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune, Destiny, in reverse. But with the World card here, that also about new beginnings. It could also be a new beginning in relationship as well. Maybe you find somebody, you know, in the nursery, in the garden nursery there, or the botanical gardens, um, or you going on a date in the botanical garden, providing they're not allergic to flowers. That's kind of like healing. It's healing. This is Capricorn energy, so Capricorn and Cancer, your sister sign there, so you could be dealing with that. Or fire sign, Sagittarius. Sagittarius and Cancer, though, man, they're good friends, but don't sparks don't fly there. Okay, so yeah, definitely getting out in the element, or bringing the element to you, and or taking some trips, you know, countryside, going away on a little country trip. If you live in the city, or even if you're in the suburbs, going to like a rural, like drive-by location, doing the picnic. See, because of course it's Cancer and Pisces, because they would be like, yeah, let's go grab something to eat. Let's take a drive. Cancers and Pisces, you know how we take our drives out and about. My dad always used to love to be in the car and drive and go places and be out in the elements. So, mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. All right, so ooh, we got T's. So the energy is fun and lighthearted, but uncertain. So, you know, right now it's kind of like, you guys are just free falling and doing whatever, getting to know each other, going on those long distance drives and having fun, or just a little trip within your city, seeing the sights, right? We got forgiveness, middle of the deck in reverse, and then bottom of the deck is love language, acts of service. So yeah, it's this not so serious relationship, or if you are with your partner, it's the, not being so caught up in the title. It's just having fun and being free, and going back to, courtship, where you guys were teasing and flirting with each other, and not so, you're my man, you're my woman, you're my husband, you're my wife, you're my lady, you're my, like the label thing. Then it starts to like bog us down, and you know who you are. Somebody had made a comment I was watching on YouTube, side notes, Cancer, about Lauryn Hill and her her children's father, uh, Ronan Marley. Now, the backstory was, sh- she was with the group Fugees, but she also was in a relationship with Wyclef. He's part of the Fugees. This is a rap neo soul group, for those that don't know. But then she hooked up with Ronan Marley, which is Bob Marley's seventh son or something like that, one of his children. And he was married at the time that him and Lauryn Hill got together. And apparently she got pregnant by him, but tried to, like, I guess she didn't know who really was, or she did know. And she kind of like put it on Wyclef, but later on it was revealed it wasn't his, and that's pretty much why the Fugees broke apart, because she lied on him about this baby. And Ronan was still married, and then she had 4 other kids by him, and he never married. So Ronan was being interviewed, and the interviewer had asked him, why do you never marry Lauryn Hill? So he was like, oh, well, basically he just chomped it down to, the timing wasn't right, so forth and so on. So Lauryn Hill quoted, not in this interview, but that she said she's his spiritual wife. So people in the comments was like, well, if that's how you cope and that's what you want to say, and if that helps you sleep at night, trying to diss what Lauryn was saying. But I got what she was saying, that she didn't need a ring. Now, granted, she was with a married man, so that's kind of like, there was no way that she was going to be his wife. But I understand the aspect of her seeing the spiritual husband. The title, right? When we get caught up in the titles, Cancer, now I'm back to you, is that this, you know who your person is. But when you get caught in narrative and not have fun, you lose sight of, this is my peoples, this is my buddy, this is my friend. Like, how did you start off? If you started off the rip of just having sex, then it is what it is. But if you started off as friends and gradually worked into a relationship, and a commitment and a marriage and a sacred marriage, right, or sacred union, have fun, like, what it is. It doesn't have to be, what's understood doesn't need to be said. All right, let's clarify what's this tease. Sorry I took a little longer, Cancer and everybody else, but I just had to, get that out there, because people will say certain things and it's like, yeah, but do you get it? Do you understand? And she's never been married since. I don't even know. She doesn't publicly show her relationships and stuff, but we know she hasn't been married. But her and Ronan have a good relationship. They, co-parent their children. You never heard of any of her children except for the daughter at the time she was a teenager going through some, stuff on internet. But, the kids are level-headed for the most part. All right, so we got T's here. Looking at you, missing you, making new memories. It's in reverse. So yeah, you might have to kind of play this game with your person, make new memories and not get caught up in, oh, I won't do that because, we're like this. No, have fun. You got middle of the deck, stabbed in the back. Okay, in reverse. And then we got bottom of the deck is love, the overall energy here. Unconditional love, self-oneness, attraction. So have fun, enjoy yourselves, enjoy your time, but don't get caught up in the mundane, is what I'm trying to say. All right, water signs, that's your message. Let's get you your wisdom oracles. Okay, what do the signs need to know? So we have here, oh, you guys got conflict too? Go to the C, middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is time to go. So yeah, for some, yeah, it's time to go. We got to do what we have to do. But for others, it's, resolving some chaos and some conflict that could come around. We got master number 33 there. That's that Christ consciousness. So it's mastering these conflicts and confusions. And how do we do this? Well, we have to master ourselves, our emotions. And again, it's not so much relying on somebody else, but going within or relying on source, if anything, right? And I know some people don't subscribe to that, but I'm talking to those that do tap in and go within, go with God, okay? Or Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, Jah, okay? And not letting any of the conflict and the chaos interrupt what's going on in yourself, in your life. And you may be having some own internal conflicts. Again, we're dealing with this. Virgo's telling us we have to deal with this. And yeah, we may have to do this alone. Pisces may have to go alone. See, she don't have her head turned around like, I'm messing with you, Pisces. I love you. But yeah, you got to sometimes take that road by yourself. Okay, and that's what I got for you guys for the water signs. All right, let's move on to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. The fire signs. We're up to fire. My Wally is a Sagittarius. Wally was in the building earlier. Sagittarius, I call them my little peculiar creatures because they're unassuming, but Sagittarius, from what I've been reading, they also on the FBI list. Excuse me, Sagittarius? What? I can see it. I know why. My daughter, one of my daughters is my oldest, and yeah, real chill, real, not bothering anybody, but will turn. They're fire signs, so I will leave it there. Light it up. Okay. All right. So Sag, what do we have for you in Venus, Virgo season rather? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Sagittarius. They're mutable, so the energy flows. They can sometimes be a little air-headed-ish. Sometimes. That's that little delusional, but they snap back into their senses, and they, if they're committed, they're committed. If not, good, they're moving on. Kind of like a Virgo. They don't They gotta keep it moving. All right, so Sag, you have attachment. Didn't I just say you gotta keep it moving? Number 5 here. All right, so there's this woman holding a mask. So dropping that mask, you got the sun card here in the middle of the deck, and then you got the man bottom of the deck, overall energy, man holding the coin. So earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So releasing yourself from, I feel like, worldly attachments. Okay. Um Virgo energy is asking you to get a little more grounded, Sag. And you have to go within as well, like everybody else. Except, didn't I just say Cancer? Cancer's good. Cancer's good money. We are king and queen of making sure we are good before anything. Like, yes, we'll take care of others, but we know how to disconnect. So, Sag, you're being asked to like attach from, certain things, certain people, places, and things. Really like worldly stuff, though. If that, like money, materialistic things, really. At this point, because I feel like something or some things are weighing you down. 5 has to do with conflict, confusion, chaos. We just had that conflict and chaos card show up. So it's dealing with self. Then underneath this, the man holding a card here is the World card. So Virgo, Hermit energy. Yeah, definitely going within. Okay. Releasing worldly views. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff just like releasing and letting go. And being that there's going to be this lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Pisces. Pisces can bring that, it's ruled by Neptune. So Pisces brings that delusion, brings this illusion. So don't do anything just now. Just work on this energy. Work with this energy, rather, Sagittarius. Like, not be impulsive, but be mindful about the things that you are attaching yourself to. Social media, people, places, things, right? So, yeah. And just getting grounded. As I said, you guys can be just a little airheaded-ish. And not in a bad, it's not like you're like daydreaming, but it's like y'all just zone out, and it's like, oh, pay attention for a second. My daughters and my nieces are Sag, so, and my stepbrother is a Sag, so I get it. They can be aloof at some times. All right, so we got Sword here for you guys, clarifying this attachment. Truth, clarity. Okay, this is a new beginning with truth, clarity, justice. This is air energy, so Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Middle of the deck is the Ten of Swords here in reverse. So letting go of all this crap, this junk mail, if you will, this, what is it, malware. Okay, and then you have the High Priest, Taurus energy, the Hierophant here, bottom of the deck, overall energy. So yeah, definitely getting grounded. And there is going to be this truth, there's going to be this clarity, this aha moment happening for you, but I feel like it's going to be gradually coming in, not today, tomorrow, you're like, okay, I got it. No, I feel like once this this lunar eclipse happens, that's illuminating things that you probably didn't even realize that you are attaching yourself to. That is going to show you, oh, you know what? Yeah, that's not it. I shouldn't be. So, all right, Sag, let's go ahead on to the love department. Okay, so you could be dealing with Earth, heavy Taurus energy, or air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Okay, what does Sag need to know for their live? Okay, all right. So we got codependency in reverse. Let go of control issues, middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is children in reverse. Ooh, this could be a relationship too. Letting go. So we're letting go. We're letting go. Any codependencies, that's the attachment. We got to let it go. Either way, upright, you know that there's somebody that's codependent on you or you're codependent on them. In reverse, this is really good. We know the truth. It doesn't necessarily have to be with a person, but because we're in the love department right now, this person is codependent. They're attached to you. This is also giving me like succubus, incubus energy. Okay, somebody's trying to like cipher your energy. So being protected, maybe having to ask on Archangel Michael for protection if you subscribe to that. Um, Sag, just to because I feel like somebody's ciphering your energy. You will see, it will be revealed to you who, what, and where is your energy being ciphered, and then you'll know to pull back, do what you have to do to release things. Um, if you're like in a marriage or something here, because we have this high priest, this is traditional marriage and things of that nature. Um, there could be this rivalry between you co-parenting, co-parenting, co-dependent. Um, this could be a child that's codependent on you, and yes, rightfully so, because they're children. But this could be a older child that may be like codependent on you, like attached. Okay, and they need to like spread their wings. They need to spread their wings and fly. They can't be in the coop, and you doing you, and then they want to like attach. Maybe they're asking for money or trying to take money and stuff like that. So yeah, this could be an older adult child, Sagittarius, that you are dealing with, but maybe you didn't see it, maybe you didn't realize it. Things will be coming to light. This is a relationship, things are going to be revealed to you soon, very soon, and you'll know what to do with that. Okay. All right, let's clarify, what is this codependency here in reverse? Okay, what is codependency? Yeah, because it says here addictions are affecting your romantic life. So this person could have addiction issues, and you just don't want it anymore. Like, who wants to be attached to that? Who wants to have to deal with that? So yeah, getting real, Sag. Getting real, taking that mask off and seeing things for what it is. For what it is. Okay. So we got the snake here. Competition, enemy, clever, look over your shoulder, the other woman with this codependency. So somebody could be a sex addict as well. Middle of the deck is the mirror. Relationship reflects our wounds, introspection. And then bottom of the deck is the heart with the key. Welcoming, love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, perfect. It's in reverse. So this could be a situation where there's some infidelity going on. Maybe you didn't realize it, Sag. And I'm talking to just those that are in this situation. Remember, it's general reading, so don't necessarily apply to you. I'm just saying, for those that are going through this, you didn't realize it. You probably did, but you just mulled along with it. You see what you want to see, but Reality is going to show you, and you got to do, you know, what's best for you and your family. So, otherwise, you know, for Sag, it's, yeah, competition. That's that sneaky incubus succubus energy. Like, this is the sneakiness. Like, you don't know it's happening to you, but I feel like there's someone there that's trying to take your energy, cipher your energy. You bring light. You bring, you know, this ray of sunshine around, and people, you know, you got the competition and the enemies up in there. So realizing where you don't need to be anymore, where you are not doing the attachment thing to these places, people, and things. All right, Sash. So that's what I have for you guys. That was a little, but Virgo is bringing it, man. Virgo is bringing it. Okay, Aries. Aries is the babies of the zodiac. Um, I don't really, you know, Aries, as far as like I get, they have a good heart and family. You know, yes, they can be, um, you know, they're ruled by Mars, so they, you know, they could be quick to anger, but I don't get too much. I don't have to Aries like that to, you know, really get them on the nitty gritty. I think also an honorable mention with Aries, about them, word on the street. I could give them that honorable mention. They definitely, they're not as overt like Scorpio or Libra, um, but they can turn it up a notch when they really are into somebody. They'll definitely show you, but they're not just always on some like flirtatious. Okay, so all right, Aries. Let's see what's kicking it up for you guys. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So you got cornucopia. Interesting and good. Okay, we got master number 11 here, psychic, spiritual, abundance. And then middle of the deck is Archangel Michael. And underneath Archangel Michael is Archangel Metatron. These are my heavy hitters right here, my powerhouses. So root chakra. And then bottom of the deck is deceit, the devil. Deceit. Okay, Capricorn energy, and then underneath that is the man holding the coin. So more Capricorn energy here, Aries. So, you know, it's kind of almost like what's going on with Sag. It's protecting your energy because we got this devil here, you know, wearing the mask and trying to cipher that energy, and the hidden enemy that see you in abundance, Aries, that see you doing well and shining, and, you know, intuitively know there's the haters on the sideline. So basically not letting it affect you, because let them sit at the sidelines and watch. That's all. Let's clarify, what is this cornucopia? November could be significant for you, Aries. Okay, this is more when this abundance will kick in. So, you know, while you're shining bright, there's always the haters or the ones in the shadow on the sidelines looking in, but let them look. You are shining bright. This could be during family gatherings as well. You'll know. You probably already know who it is. And it could be your very flesh and blood. So we have here 7 of Pentacles. We got the Tower card, middle of the deck. Scorpio energy. Yeah, so Scorpio, November. You know, fast action. Things have to fall apart and stuff to start rebuilding. And then we got bottom of the deck, overall energy, the 4 of Swords here. So yeah, see in the hiding in the background there, just mad jealous, just mad envious. Sit down somewhere, go sit somewhere else. So your card is the 7 of Pentacles. All your hard work is coming through, Aries. What you've put out is going to be coming back in. It's you taking an inventory of your harvest. Maybe you are a there might be you are a farmer, or you're a grower that you do competitions for certain things, maybe like pumpkins or something, but there's something there that you grow that maybe this is the competition. These other people are like jealous because here you go again, you bringing in the big stuff, and just jealous. um, but this is your work, your hard earned time that you've put in to cultivate and grow. Also with you spiritually, this is you taking this time, this reflection of, look at how far I've come and look how far I have to go. But it's all paying off because I did this. I took the time to nurture myself and stay grounded and go within. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, heavy Capricorn energy, or another earth sign or air. All right, so just know that keep going, and what you've been putting in is going to come out in full abundance. Okay, food, spirituality, livelihood, it's all going to be in abundance. All right, so let's check out what's for Aries in the romance department. Okay, still here in the shadows. Okay, Wally. Lurking in the shadows. All right, so we got unexpected connection. Opposites attract. Okay, Aries. So yeah, all this hard work that you've been doing, working on yourself, bringing in this unexpected connection. Middle of the deck is let go of control issues in reverse. Maybe that's what you've been having a problem with. Like, what you can control, it's like, yes, but you can't control this unexpected connection. And that might be like, what? And then we got twin flame recognition, bottom of the deck, overall energy. So, don't necessarily have to be the twin flame. I don't really subscribe to that terminology. It's really soulmate or your divine counterpart. But I'm also getting that this person may differ from you in regards to like religion or spirituality, different way they look, not your usual. So yeah, definitely unexpected connection, because it's like you didn't see this person coming, Aries, and they're not a person that you would typically date, or yeah, maybe have a conversation with, but not like, oh, okay, this is happening. So yeah, while you've been working on yourself, you could have been working on your body physically. You're getting that attention now. It's like, whoa, okay, all right, Aries, they see you. So all right, let's clarify, what is this unexpected connection here? So, yeah, it could be says opposites attract, so definitely someone that differs from you. So we have here mirror. Wow, mirroring each other, self-image. Relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. That's twin flame thing that they throw out. We got abundance in reverse, middle of the deck, and bottom of the deck is seduction, overall energy. This is going to be a slow burn type of connection, if you will, Aries. This person, it's like they see you, or you see them, however it fits for you guys. Right, the mirror. I don't subscribe to twin flame, because that's a whole another can of worms. But they this person does get you and understands you on that spiritual level, on that introspect. So that's where, yes, while opposites attract, there's something there that there's this commonality that definitely brings you together, that definitely helps, you know, unite the two of you. All right. Okay, so that is your message, Aries. Last of the fire signs and last of the reading is Leo. My other favorite sign. Leo, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Leo is the sun. They're a fixed sign. They definitely could be a little stubborn, but they're loyal. They have a big heart. Um, yeah, just don't scorn them because they will tear you apart. And then, like, you know, like how the cat plays with their little prey. It did to me. Okay. So let's see what's cooking for Leo and Virgo season. All right. So you have storm warning, contract, middle of the deck, justice card, and bottom of the deck is the lover's card, caring connection. So there could be trouble in paradise. Well, sure, because everybody else has been having some kind of rocky road or some type of hurt, some type of endings, except for Cancer. I gotta say, I'm happy for Cancer. I'm happy, but my Venus is in Leo, and I got a lot of Leo placements. So, relationship issues. So tower moment, you know, something happening really fast and ending to bring this new beginning. You know, Leo, the pedestal thing, okay? Like, we can't keep doing this. This is the running theme. Some of us have been putting other people on the pedestal, and it's just like, no. You go up there with them on that pedestal, or they shake them down and come sit down next to me. You could be dealing with the Gemini. Okay. Leo. But let's clarify what's the storm warning. And this is a warning. This is to let you know, hey, there may be some trouble in paradise. What can we do to fix this? How can we, you know, work about this before things just fall apart? All right, we got the Empress card here. In reverse, the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, middle of the deck, in reverse. And then overall energy, bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords. So, yeah, this is in reverse. Before it can get bad, how do we fix this? You have here the Empress, which is Virgo energy, okay, Taurus energy. And, you know, is love and beauty and creativity and motherly, nurturing. So, Leo, how do we nurture this relationship back to where it needs to be? How can we fix this? We got the warning. Now, how do we implement what we need to do? That's all up onto you. But this is your divine connection. This is a caring connection. And maybe it's the other person that's not so caring. So again, we have to work together. Tag team. Communication. The Three of Swords. It's communication as well. Swords of communication. All right, so let's go into the love department, Leo. Leo, also what I'm getting is that if it's a female, if you're a male Leo and this is a female that, you know, you're dealing with, be careful, because I feel like this person that if things don't work out right, that they can ultimately take their life. Okay? Or God forbid this happens with you, Leo. That's why it's like it's imperative for you to figure things out before you get too out of control that you can't get it back. Okay. So we got natural evolution. Let the situation unfold naturally. Middle of the deck, forgiving and learning in reverse. See, we're being hard headed. And then we got retreat. Overall energy, bottom of the deck, retreat. So you guys may need to, if you could do a little vacation, a little getaway, that'd be great. That's one little solution. You know, being out in the elements, maybe, because that's, you know, if you're always at home, you know, sometimes it gets like, so finding, again, it's just about finding solutions and how things work, so you could be intimate, so you can have this caring connection again. Okay. So facing each other, not to that person, showing that affection to each other. All right, clarify this natural evolution. Karmic relationship. Fleeting triggers, resentment, lessons, letting go, loving you. So these two came out side to side with each other. No middle of the deck. Overall energy is passion and sunglasses here in reverse. Passion is giving me very much Leo energy. So you have here natural evolution and karmic relationship. That's the turmoil, because it's karmic here. We're going through some things, right? Some turmoil, some resentment, but we gotta let that go. And yes, loving you, while Virgo is asking us to love ourselves too, but it's also loving this person back, and not it just being a one-sided relationship, or you putting that person up on a pedestal and they're loving it, they're getting all the attention and all the affection, but what about you? Right? So working together here is the key for Virgo season. All right. Okay, that is the message for Leos. That's what I do. Let's get to your wisdom oracle for the fire signs. Wisdom. Okay. And what does the fire signs need to know? Okay, so you have here all that glitters. Very nice. Middle of the deck is why. Why? And bottom of the deck overall energy is clean it up. So all that glitters, some of us, like, who was it? Sagittarius, taking off that mask, realizing things are not what they seem. All that glitters is not gold. And while we would like to perceive a relationship to work out, and perceive that this person is good, or perceive that a job situation is good, or perceive that, you know, living situation is good, it just looks good. But what's really good? So we got to dig deep. We got to go within, take the mask off, face reality, you know, let go of these attachments, let go of the codependencies, let go of putting the people on the pedestal, right? And trusting yourself, your intuition, trusting source. You got your spirit guides here, 7, 16, breaking down to 7, highly spiritual number there. All right, so trusting you know, spirit guides, your angel team, your deceased loved ones, most importantly, source most high. Okay? Because this is going to get you through that deception, through that codependency, through whatever else is going on that you need to face, that you haven't faced, fire signs, that is, you know, thinking the glitz and the glamour is it, but it's really not. All right, that's what I have for you guys. Thank you for the reading. Thank you for everybody that showed up. Um, Especially my Wally, because I know he's been here from the jump street waiting, and you know the fire signs are less. Also, again, reiterating, I am still taking on personal readings. Anybody's interested in getting a personal reading, they can reach me only on IG at Foxy Moon underscore spiritual, premieres. I used to have Spiritual Alchemist. Um, Foxy Moon underscore premieres. Send me a message. Allow 2 business days. If it's the weekend, I probably get back to you that Monday. But allow 2 business days to get your, communication. Know that I only do it Thursdays and Fridays. I only do readings on Thursdays and Fridays from 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're on the other side of the country, we'll make gotta where it's later for you and not too late for me, we'll sync up. But for right now, those are the only 2 days that I have available. I'm not sure if I will be opening up another day in the future, but definitely check the community section or the post section on YouTube to get all the information and updates of what's going on with the channel, or any readings, or when I'm going live. Also on Instagram, I do post information as well, updates of what's going on. Sometimes I post when I'm going live, not as diligently, but definitely you want to go over to the Instagram as well. I don't have any other online social media accounts, so unfortunately my website is no longer in usage. It's deactivated right now, and so you can't book a reading through there. But again, if you reach out to me through Instagram, or you can put a comment here after the readings, if you want to put, but like, I don't know, it's really hard if you don't have Instagram, because I don't have any other outlets, unfortunately. I haven't ventured into TikTok yet, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna go there. I'm still like, ew. But yeah. And if for whatever reason the changes of me not taking readings, I will also be working on it. Yep, working on something on the side. Well, listen. Okay, got you, Wally. So yeah, you want to I may maybe next week or so, the following week, a little more into Virgo season. May do a mini reading, so that this way, if you do come up on lives, we could do a little mini reading then. It's not really a personal reading, but if you can't reach me any other way and you would like to get a reading, I will put that in motion, and I will put in the community section on YouTube that I'll be doing mini readings, and you guys are more than welcome to come up for the reading. It's donation based. And that's it. That's what I have for you guys. With all that being said, catch y'all on the flip side.